I'm not at home. Oh, there it goes. So I'm just doing this with my phone. I've only maybe done this once before, just using my phone, and it was a nightmare. And even this time, it took me quite a while to figure out how to do it. So I'm going to flip down to my desk. It looks pretty good. I'm so short, I can't really see what the heck I'm doing, but um, I just want to make sure that I'm in the screen. Okay, so I'm in the screen. Let me take a picture. I'm going to open this up. So this is the Maritime Moments Kit. And with summer coming, you're going to be digging out your boat. And if you have one, which we do not have a boat, but um, now's the time to start thinking about water and doing things like that. So here is the stamp set. I'm going to put behind here so that you can actually see. Does that help? Not really. Let me see if I can find something dark or light. I have a little piece of cardstock with me. So here are the stamps. So there's like a lighthouse, a little upside down sailboat, some birds, and like a flourish of some kind. So that is the stamp set. And the ink spot is a gray granite. So let's crack this baby open and see what we have. So each kit in the brown boxes, um, not the paper pumpkin, but the ones in the brown boxes actually come with a block to stamp with, a little acrylic block. I've got some glue dots here and some dimensionals. And we also have some tear and tape and some twine. It's like linen thread. And then I'm just going to drop down a little bit so that I can. Okay. So here we have some cute little panels with boats on them. So there's two, like, I'm going to call that, I don't know if that's a tugboat. I don't know beans about boats, but that looks like a tugboat to me. And two little sailboats. Ooh, look at the envelopes. We have lighthouses, and it's the same envelope, but in kind of a brown, looks like pecan pie to me. And then we have this one, which looks like either Night of Navy or a very light Secret Sea. Very nice. Okay, so those are the envelopes. And then here are our card bases. So I've got two in this multicolored green background. And then we have, it's a little bit different with the rust color. I'm still not sure what color this is. I'll have to look it up. Could be Cajun Craze. And then we have these pop outs. So there's a sailboat and a circle. We have two of those. And then there's like a plaid thing on the bottom. So, and then we have two more card bases. And this looks like it could be, well, probably gray granite. And then these are pop out banners. So these are kind of nice. And I don't know if you can see the texture, but they're embossed. Really nice. Beautiful. And then we have these pop outs. Look at these. It's like ephemera. So we have anchors, pelican, seaweed, it looks like. So there's two of each of those. And then we have our little paper that we can fold up and make like an envelope to hold our stamps. And then we have our instruction sheet. The instruction sheets are great and they're very thorough. They tell you exactly what you need to do. And then each of the kits have a built-in ruler. So if you look at this, along the bottom, we have a zero center, and on the right-hand side, it's centimeters because these kits go worldwide. And then on this side, it's inches. So that really helps. Like if we need to cut our twine or anything like that, we have that right here. All right, so let's have a look at the first card. These are really cute. I had brought some paper to do other cards, and I may have to scavenge some of that for for this kit because these are really cute. I'm just looking at the coordinating colors here. So we've got balmy blue, Cajun craze, garden green, granny apple green, gray granite, which is our ink spot, native navy, pecan pie, and pool party. I was right about the pecan pie. I think I said Cajun craze for that color. Beautiful. Okay, let's try and do card number one. So for card number one, we need the gray granite card base. And we also need this card front. And we need, what did I do with my block and my stamps? So we need to have our lighthouse. We'll pop our lighthouse on there. Now I do have a chamois. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my stamp um, to get any manufacturer's I was gonna say mildew, any manufacturer's residue, mildew. Good grief, off of the stamp. That's so funny. Oh my goodness, mildew. Good grief, I'm telling you. So I've got my gray granite, and I'm just gonna open up my ink spot. There we go. There, beautiful. Okay. Okay, so let's ink this up. I'm just going to prime the stamp by inking it up a little bit. And I'm going to give it a test stamp. There. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so this is the one that we want. And because I'm on a marble countertop, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat here just to give myself a little bit of oomph for my stamp because this is a photopolymer stamp. Now this counter, oops, I just hit that right over there. Good grief. This counter could work like a glass mat. I didn't think to bring my glass mat with me, so I don't have that. So I'm going to just stamp this lighthouse in the background here, like that. And then, all right, so we need one of these and a blue banner that says Celebrate the Good Life. This also comes in French, German, and Dutch. So we're going to pop this onto here using tear and tape and glue dots and dimensionals. All right, so this is asking for a little bit of tear and tape on the Cajun Craze piece. I'll just pop a little piece right on there. And then we need some glue dots, which have miraculously disappeared. Here we are. And we're just going to put a couple of, oh, no, we want dimensionals. We're going to pop some dimensionals onto here. Like that. Super cute. So this is going to go up here like that. And then this is going to, our sentiment is going to pop up on top of that like this. Let's take our card base. Now, if I was at home, I'd be cutting this in half, and I may still just trying to see. I don't remember what colors of cardstock I brought, but this is Secret C. I might just demolish this and use the Secret C as my card base. Why don't we do that? Because you know me, this is going to drive me crazy to have to use a whole card base. All right, so I've got my trimmer. My blade fell out when I took it out of my bag. Now these blades are replaceable if you didn't know. So let me make a card base. I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. And the scoring blade is the lighter colored of the two. So I'm just going to score it. I've got it set at 4 1/4. I'm just going to score it here. And I'm going to rotate it half a turn, and I'm going to cut it in half at 5 1/2 on the 11 1/2 inch side. So now we have a card base. I'm just going to fold this, and I'm going to pop my corners into the corner of my trimmer. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just square that up, just like that. And I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. Helps if you use the cutting blade. So 5 1/4. If you can, yeah, 5 1/4. There. Okay, so here's our card base. And here is our piece that we just cut off the other card base. This makes me feel much better about not wasting beautiful card bases that come in the kits. You can do it the way the kit is if you like. Um, I typically do not because I'm getting more bang for my buck. I figure if I just use a couple of pieces of um, cardstock, then I can get double the amount of cards out of my kit. So instead of using up my tear and tape, I'm just going to use some liquid glue here. And I'm going to pop this right onto here. Oops. Yes. No, I'm okay. I was looking at my thing here, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm missing a piece. So what I'm looking for is this piece of um, plaid, I guess you can call it. And that is going to go here like this. And then our little stamped piece that we just did is going to go on top of it like this. So let me move that over since we've cut it down a bit. And this is going to sit on here like that on dimensionals. This is so cute. I love it. Okay, so let's glue this down. You can use your tear and tape. It shows you in the directions to use your tear and tape. I'm just going to pop this here. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. So I've got my take your pick tool. And I'm just going to pop a few dimensionals. Oops, I got two stuck together. Oh no. Oh, that's not happening. Okay, I got two stuck together. They do not come apart, just so you know. So because many dimensionals, I'm probably going to be using quite a few of them. But that's okay. There's lots. Lots in the kit. Okay. So this is great. All right, so this is going to sit just like this. And I'm just sort of trying to center the top, the bottom, and the side to have basically the same amount of border around. So there's our first card. Like how cute is that? So what I would do on the inside here, which I don't have with me, is I would put a piece of basic white and stamp maybe, what would I stamp on there? Oh, the little lighthouse, if I had a piece of basic white. Let me see if I do have one. Hold on. You know what? I do have a piece. So I'm going to cut a piece of basic white that's 3 3/4 by 5. I don't know how much of this paper I have, so I need to be a little conservative. I think I'll do it this way, 3 3/4. Because I didn't really come prepared to do the inside of this. 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to stamp this little lighthouse in there. And I don't have a sentiment. There aren't really sentiments on this stamp set. It's all just little designs. So there. Oh, that's adorable. So now we can go ahead and glue this into the inside of our little card. And there's plenty of room to write a note or stamp a sentiment when you figure out who it's going to and what you want it to say. So that's card number 1. That is cute. Okay, card number 1. Now, card number 2. Oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot. Our seaweed. How could I forget my seaweed? All right, so this seaweed goes under here. And you know what, to be honest with you, I don't know if I like that, but let's give it a try. So I'm gonna stick this seaweed under here, like this. There. Okay, so that's what we forgot. We forgot that seaweed. I kind of like it better without the seaweed, to be honest. But we'll leave it this time. And then maybe for the next one, I won't use the seaweed. Okay, so that's card number 1. So card number 2 is the Cajun Craze. I have a Balmy Blue piece, and I have a cloud, what's this one called? The new one, Cloud Cover. Let's have a look and see what this is going to look like. I may end up making this just the front, and then I'll put a piece behind it when I get home. So this is going to go on here like this. So what do you think? I could trim this down. We could almost make this a note card. Look at that. That would make a little note card. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, and I will mount it when I get home because I don't want to waste a potential card front. So let me cut this down. Let's just see. Let's see how it goes. We could use this like that. Yep, let's do it. Okay, so I've got a soft Secret Sea. I always want to call it Stormy Sea for some reason. So Stormy Sea, Secret Sea, Secret Sea, Secret Sea. And then this is gonna go like this. And you know what? I'm gonna trim it down, I think another 1/4 inch on each side, just because I can. So I'm gonna make this 3 3/4 by 5. 5. And I'm gonna keep these because you can put this on the inside, right? All right, so this is gonna go on here like this. And then this is going to sit on here like this. Or we could do this. We could take the card base, put a layer of the Secret Sea, and then this, which is kind of more up my alley, to be honest with you. However, do we want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to take another card base. I'm going to save this for later for another one. I'm going to fold this
We're going to use this as the card base. And I'm going to cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. How big is this? So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So let's make this 3 1/2 by 4 and what did I say this was? 4 1/2. So let's make this 4 3/4. Whoops. 4 3/4. And so this is going to just go right in the middle here. Like this. Not even home, and there's cat hair everywhere. And then this is going to go on dimensionals, but there's a couple of things we need to do first. So we're going to pop off this little boat. And this is going to sit on top of here, raised up. So let's pop some dimensionals on the back of that. There, one more, like that. So that's going to sit on here. And then we're going to take this little circle to a great guy, and we're going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. And then we also need one of these little anchors. So there's our anchor, and we also need a little piece of twine. Now it says on there 8 inches. That seems like a lot. And here's the end. So let's measure out 8 inches. So there's 8 inches right there. And we're going to put that through our anchor. And then tie it in a slip knot. So let's pop that through there. Take the cut side, because the other side is frayed. It doesn't want to go in. There we go. There. So we're just going to tie that in a little knot. Like that. Okay. So let's pop this down onto our card base. So this is going to sit right on top of this boat here. There we go. And then this also needs to go onto dimensionals. And one thing we need to do before we go any further is do some stamping. Now I should have done the stamping before I popped this guy on here, but I just actually realized that we do need to stamp a couple things. So first of all, we're going to grab the little sailboat. And give it a quick clean because it's got that manufacturing residue on it. Make sure it's dry. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my cardboard from the card kit and just test stamp it a couple times. First of all, it's see if there's any water on it from the chamois. And also just to prime it up a little bit. Once these stamps have absorbed ink properly, you'll get a beautiful stamp every single time. And that's all you need to do, or just rub it with your finger to get the residue off. I've seen people who use nail files and buffers and all sorts of things on their stamps, please do not do that. That is harmful to your stamps. You're going to scratch the surface and you're not going to get a nice stamp. All right, so let's get this little sailboat over here. Cute. And then we need to take our floral and we're gonna stamp that as well. So let me clean this one. And clean this one. So you can just rub it. If you don't want to use your chamois and get it wet, you can just use your fingers and just rub off anything. There might be like a little bit of a, it's not even an oil, it's just like a little residue. And it's not going to hurt anything. It just won't stamp as nice until you get it primed. So what I need to do is just prime up this stamp, and we're going to stamp it a few times just to get the stamp used to having ink on it. That's a cute stamp. I could use this for a lot of things. I like it. That's really, really cute. Okay. All right, let's give this guy a stamp. And I'm going to stamp it like this. This seems kind of weird to have this up in the sky, but whatever. There. Okay, so that's that. And then this is going to go to a great guy right here. And then our little anchor. Pop a dimensional on the back of our anchor here. I might just cut this guy in half. That's a big dimensional for that little tiny anchor. So put a half a dimensional down here. My watch just told me to stand. I am standing. There we go. So then this is going to go here like this. Like that. Isn't that cute? All right, so this piece is also going to go on dimensionals. So this weekend is a long weekend. I sure hope to heck it gets warmer. This is getting ridiculous. It was super warm the other day. And then it's just been so cold that I don't even want to ride my bike. Because the wind, is bad enough if it's cool, but then you get that wind coming off the lake and it's super cold. And I'm sorry, but I'm a fair weather bike rider. I do not like cold weather. There, so this is gonna sit right here. There, so that's my version of this card. I actually really like the little dark border all the way around. So that's card number 2. And again, we could stamp something on the inside, but if I know myself, I'm probably going to cut this in half when I get home and make another card out of it so that I'm not wasting this other piece. But isn't that cute though? I love this. Okay, so that's card number 2. So let's clean this up here and have a little quick look at card number 3. So card number 3 obviously is going to be using this other background. Yep, so card number 3, so we're gonna need a pelican. And we're going to need Best wishes for a perfect day. And our circle with the boat on it. And 3 of these embossed pieces. These are so nice. There's a couple of new embossing folders in the catalog that I had a lunch with a friend yesterday, and she showed me some cards that she made using the new embossing folders that are in the new annual catalog. And they're small ones, so they will fit into the mini cut and emboss machine. These embossing folders are stunning, and I didn't order them because in the picture they kind of didn't call my name. However, now that I've seen the card that she made with it, I just can't believe it. I love it. So I'm going to order that. I'm going to put a little piece. It says to cut 14 inches, but I don't know. I don't know if I need 14 inches. I'm going to put a little piece of tear and tape on the back. Like this. And then I'm just going to wrap my twine around and until I have like what I think I want. So I'm just going to go around a few times. Like this. There. I think that's pretty good. Give that a little snip. Now, if you want to, you can cut the 14 inches and just keep going until you run out of twine. But there isn't very much on this, and I didn't want to waste it all. So, not that it's wasted, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this little guy is going to have dimensions on him. So let's go ahead and do that. So our little pelican there, whoops. And then one on his head. And this circle is also going to have dimensionals on it. There, so that's for that. And then we need to stamp some birds. So let's grab the birds and take this other stamp off our block. Pick up our birds. Actually, I'm going to put the birds kind of in a corner so that I have a little bit more control over what I'm doing. And you know what? I should have stamped the birds before I put these dimensionals. So let me take these off so that I can stamp my birds properly here. There, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's ink up our birds. Give them a couple of test stamps. I can't remember if I cleaned these or not. But they're stamping out okay, so we're good. All right, so let's see. Has to go this way. So let's ink them up. And then we're just gonna pop these. I guess kind of like that. There. So So there's our birds. And so we can pop our dimensionals back onto the back of this. All right. Okay, so there's our card base. Now, you know I'm gonna do this, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. No, you know what? I don't think I can. I'm gonna leave this at 5.5 by 4 1/4 because I don't think that these will fit properly if I trim it down too much. I could trim these, I suppose, but these are gonna go like this. Like that. There. There. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down. In the directions it says to use tear and tape, but I'm a liquid glue person, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my liquid glue. Gorgeous. Woo, love it. Okay. So now this is gonna go here, like this. And our pelican is gonna sit off to the side. Like that. And then this also needs a couple of dimensionals as well. Now this is saying to put double dimensionals on. I don't think you need to, because when your letters start getting bulkier, then postage is gonna hit you. So I'm just putting it over. Oh, and you know what? I put them on the wrong side because I need to flip them over. I need to put them on this side. And I'm just gonna hover it over the pelican a little bit. Okay, I wrecked that one. Let me grab another one. There, so this one's gonna go right here, like that. And then best wishes for a perfect day. Like that. There. So I just have the dimensionals on this side, and then this side is just sitting here. You can put some glue if you want to. I don't think you need to, but there's card number 3. And of course, this is going to get mounted onto a card base, and I will be able to have an inside. But right now, this is my alternative because I do have a piece of cloud cover, but it's too boring. I don't like it. Now, having said that, what if I did this? I could still trim this down 1/8 of an inch, and then this can go on here. Shall we try it? Yeah, let's try it. Okay, I literally have like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. But if I do my card base, so let me score this at 5.5. No, score this at 4 1/4 and cut it at 5.5. So if we have our card base like this, and then pop this. See, I still want this to be smaller, and it's not going to be. I'm trimming it. Sorry guys, trimming it, trimming it. Okay, I'm gonna cut 1/4 inch off this side. And 1/4 inch off this side. And that's gonna sit on here like this. And then I still need to take 1/8 inch off again, all the way around. And that's okay. I think it'll be fine. There, so this is gonna go here like this. And then this is gonna sit on here. No, it's still too big. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave this one like this, and I'm going to do the second one a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna make this, how big is this? Five and a quarter by 4. So I'm gonna make this 3 3 3/4. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to trim these two 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to trim these to 4 1/4. So let's try that and see. I may have to make them smaller still. No, that works. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is gonna go like this. This is gonna go like this, like that. Ooh, I like it. I like it. And then these are gonna go on here like this. Okay, so let's make our layer. Now, if you're new to card making, don't be discouraged by what I'm doing. I like to, I'm more of an avid crafter, and I don't want to discourage anybody who's just starting out. These kits are meant to be all-inclusive. You don't need to have extra cardstock. Just do the kit the way it says in the book, like in the directions. And I think I need to move these. You'll have some beautiful cards. Oh, maybe I can't. I'm gonna cut this one a little. You know what? I screwed up, so my bad. I'm just gonna trim this one down a little bit so that it'll fit. And that's my badness. There. Okay. There, because I just wanted to have a little gap in there. So, okay, back to where we were. And this is going to go over here. And our little pelican is going to go right on here. Oh, he's so cute. And then our sentiment. So I'm going to put two, what do you call these, dimensionals on the side that's going to be hanging off, and then just a tiny bit of glue here. I didn't put glue on the other one, but I'm just going to put a bit of glue like this. All right, now this can get glued down to the card base, and if you wanted to, you could put dimensionals behind it if you wanted to, but I'm always mindful about if your card doesn't fit through the slot. They have this plastic thing at the post office, it's like a gauge, and if your card doesn't fit through the slot, then you have to pay oversized mail. So, you know, that's an extra, I don't know how much it is, to be really honest with you, but it's probably like $1 or something more. And already it costs well over $1 to mail a letter here in Canada. So I buy my stamps in bulk, so I'm never sure how much an individual stamp is, but it's getting up there. It's like, I think it's close to $1.50 or even more than $1.50. So, you know, that's a lot to mail a little stamp. So here we have our 3 cards. Let me get rid of some of this. Here we have our 3 cards. And I did embellish them. I changed the layout a little bit because I don't like to waste the whole card base like this. Like, there's 2 cards sitting right there, or more if you cut it up, you know. So I chose to do this. And again, don't be intimidated. You don't have to do this. Do it exactly the way the kit says, and you're still going to end up with 6 beautiful cards. So I just added a little bit of extra paper, and voila, beautiful. I hope you like them. Now for our envelopes, the envelopes are embellished on the inside, but I think we should put a sailboat or a lighthouse on the inside. So let me grab my stamp block. Did I say outside or inside? I don't know. So let's put a little sailboat on there. We'll ink up our boat. There we go. And you can even put some birds above it. Why don't we do that? Just gonna give this a little wipe. And then we'll pop some birds up here. There. So there's the front of our envelope. And you can use the lighthouse. You can do whatever you like. But isn't that great? And there we go. So here are our 3 cards. Whoops, this one goes this way. There. So thanks for joining me. I hope you like these. I hope you really think this kit is awesome like I do. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And if you go to my website, crittersandink.com, you can actually subscribe to my newsletter as well. There will be a pop-up there that will allow you to subscribe to my newsletter. So I'm going to see if I can switch this like this. Oh, I did it. Yay me. Anyway, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Again, if you're new to crafting and you love the kits, don't be intimidated by what I'm doing. I've just been doing them for so long that I actually have graduated beyond, oh, look at my shirt here, have graduated beyond doing just the kits. I feel like it's a great way to use up scraps. It's a great way to get more bang for your buck if you're making cards using only half of the card base, and then you can go ahead and use a little bit of scrap paper that you have and get twice as much bang for your buck. So you know, if you're new to my channel, check out some of my other videos. I hope you like them. I have some tips and tricks. I have some I think I'm up to 130 38 maybe videos. I'm not sure. It's over 100 anyway. So if you would like to watch them, that'd be awesome. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.